Hey, look at check this out. Look at this is my brother-in-law, right? His name's Kevin and stuff. But the other day, I listened to a lot of talk radio. I told you guys. The other day, I was on there and they were talking about presidencies and this and that, and I started talking about Obama, and I didn't know he was listening to me on the radio, right? And then I said what I said. The guy stopped talking, and then a few minutes later, he called me and he was upset what I said or whatever. I got him emotional, and it was, to me, it was kind of funny a little bit, but. Hey dude, I didn't know he was listening to whatever. I'm just talk radio. You can say what you want. But one thing is like, what I tell you is what I see right now, because I barely got into politics. That's it. I only see what I see now, because this is when I started paying attention. So I'm only calling out what I see right now. But see, there's a lot of stuff that this country's been doing for years, during George Bush's time and all this other stuff, that he knows more knowledge and he could freaking school me what he was yelling and telling me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I brought him in for, to tell me what you wanted to say. What were you saying?
Here's my thing, is that Charles was on a talk radio show, and he was saying how since Obama's been in office, he's been the only president to raise the deficit to what it is now in only an amount of 8 months.
11 months.
11 months, which is true. But one thing you gotta understand is that he was elected and he inherited a deficit from the Bush administration, and he inherited the second worst financial crisis situation that America has ever seen. And my brother-in-law here says that one reason why we have who we have president now, and I don't believe it, I don't contribute to it, but he thinks that this administration, along with China and maybe the French and the president of Mexico, what they want to do is they want to change the American dollar system. They want to change the economic system. He says that they want to change to a one world system, like the euro, like it is over in France and the European countries. And what I'm telling him is the reason why the deficit and why he spent so much money is the direct opposite of that. He had to put that money into the system because the financial system was on the verge of collapsing, was it not?
It still is.
No, wasn't on the verge of collapsing.
It still is.
Okay,
it's on its way.
If he didn't act, if he didn't put more money back into Wall Street and bail out the banks, where would we be today? We would be right. We would be right where he wanted us, right?
No.
The dollar would be nothing.
No.
We would be right where he wanted us. But he saved the banks and he bailed out the financial system. No. If he wanted to change the world dollar to $1, why did he do that? Why did he do that when he had us right where we wanted us?
Who?
Obama. Why would he save the banks? Wall
the banks ain't saved right now. Wall Street's not saved.
We were on the verge of collapse, Charles.
We're still there.
Yes or no? Yes or no? We're on the verge of collapse.
No, we're not. We're still in the same spot we were before, even worse.
If he didn't bail out Wall Street, where would we be right now today?
We'd be in the same economic situation.
We'd be one step closer to having one world dollar, right? Yes or no?
No, they're pushing it even faster to get there.
He doesn't want to admit it, but that's where it is. So why did Obama save the banks?
They're not saved.
Why
did he save the banks?
We were on the verge of collapse. He had to do something. He had to stop the free fall. He had to stop the bleeding.
But we're still bleeding, and there's still a free fall.
Okay, we're still in bleeding, and we're still free falling. Okay, but he did something to slow it down.
Okay,
now it's up to us, the citizens. And, granted, President Obama said that he ran his platform on two things: creating jobs and reforming the healthcare system.
No, he said changing the status quo.
Listen, that was his catchphrase. That was his slogan. He's a politician. He needed something. It sounded good, and it was great. Hope and change, right?
Hope and change.
Everybody bought into that. He needed something like that, right? He's a politician, number one. Yeah. That's why he's a president. He's a politician.
Appointed.
He doesn't understand that.
Appointed.
Just like George Bush was appointed.
Yes, he was.
We'll get into that one in the next video.
Well, right after this one.
Well, right now, but that's what I gotta say about the financial system. But if you wouldn't have done something, where would we be today?
Okay, look, this is what I think. See, he's thinking Obama helped out the situation. I don't think so at all. What I think is, okay, he said this analogy right now, a free fall. Okay, we're standing at this and we're free falling back. We're gonna slam and hit ourselves in the back and get a concussion. Okay, no matter what, we're in that decline and we're gonna fall. Okay, instead of trying to lessen it and trying to slow it down, which he thinks that he did, what I think Obama did was He pushed from this side, and he's pushing it even harder. Let's hit it harder. Not to slow it down, to give a cushion like he said. This is what I think. Because how do you fix a debt by pouring more on it? Upping the national freaking debt level, $1.8 trillion. That's an economic disaster. The disaster is not over, people. That's it, plain simple. I don't care how you guys look at it. You can't spend your way out of debt. You can't. We owe too much money. We owe too much money, and things are going to get freaking worse. I promise that. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys in my other video. I'm going to tell you guys what they're going to do to you and why they're doing it. I'm not here to bullshit, and I don't know everything. But see, this is someone else's view. He's been paying attention to what's going on with the government, George Bush. Like, hey, I want him to talk about George Bush. I wasn't paying attention during George Bush's term. I didn't like the guy, and I don't like him. He raised our debt twice-fold. He doubled it in 8 years. It took us 200 years to get this much. George Bush said, I'll double that shit in 8 years. Blam! But Obama said, I'm gone, dude, and freaking just went past George Bush, went past everybody. What this is happening right now has never happened in history. And any country that try to do what we're doing right now is freaking collapsed and it's gone. Every one of those societies. And we're gonna fix it by spending more money though.
How much time do I left?
3 minutes.
Okay. Here's another thing. He seems to think that he goes back and he says that President Obama, they're doing stuff the Chicago way. They're doing everything wrong. You're getting these big gangsters or these big socialites or these big, these big time players in Chicago, and they're getting in there. They're writing the wrong policies, which they are, some of them. And they're doing everything backwards that they need to do in order to help the economy. And in some areas he's correct, but for some reason he's on this conspiracy theory. And what's the company called that he says control the dollar?
The controlling the dollar?
Yeah.
What do you mean though?
Bigger burden? No.
Oh, the Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group.
That group, I can't pronounce that, but that group, he says that they're controlling the dollar, right? And I don't know, I've never heard of them. I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories in my time, but one of the reasons why we're in the place that we are now is because of deregulation. What's deregulation?
Yeah, we are.
And who deregulated the financial system in America? The Republicans.
Yeah, during George Bush's time. Yeah.
It was regulated to say that this is how you're going to operate, and these are the systems and fail-proof systems that you need to put in place. You can only make this much. You can't trade that way. This is how you can trade. George Bush came in and said, nope, I'm going to take all of that away, and you Republicans, conservatives, big bank types, you do what you want to do to make that dollar. What they said was, okay, no regulation. I'm going to do what I got to do to line my pockets. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, everything else that was put in place to help the housing, to help people, the majority of the Americans, be able to own a house, that was deregulated.
The housing bubble.
Housing bubble, which is a fake bubble. It was put there in place so the bankers, Republicans, Wall Street could get that dollar.
Yep.
And that's what caused this financial crisis. He doesn't want to admit that. But we'll get to that.
That's perfect to me, dude. But I want to get more into George Bush. We're going to show you right now. This is George Bush coming up.